The past 4 months have been filled with so much activity and deep presence that it's flown on by. Needless to say, life doesn't stop happening, so I'm glad I finally have the time to sit down and share with you a story about transformation. Coming from up north where winters were cold and oftentimes brutal, we spent the majority of the season indoors. This year was different. Waking up to the warm sunshine and the palm trees that we once dreamed of became a reality that we were grateful for every moment of the day. The winter air down south was cool enough to not break a sweat, yet warm enough to swim in the ocean. Though there wasn't snow on the ground, I noticed that I still felt the same energy that the winter season brings. An opportunity to hibernate, regenerate, and ground our focus into something we care about. It was the perfect season for a new transformation to begin. You are looking at our vintage olive green kitchen, and this is one of the last times that I'm going to be cooking here, and it's definitely bittersweet. I love the warmth that I feel, and I love cooking in this, and it has been an incredible journey, and now it's time to move on and give it some love. Everything that we want removed. And it's our last year appreciating this home as it is with these marbled carpets. How are you feeling about it?
I'm really excited. I'm ready to get this house going. We've been here 4 months already, which seems like a long time. And we've made it comfortable, but at the same time, we're getting tired of living with these rugs, living in these bathrooms. I mean, the shower head and the water that comes out covers like 1/16 of my body. So I'm ready for an upgrade.
Yeah.
I'm just excited to get this stuff done. And I know that it feels like we're already catching the bug of having a fixer-upper like this, seeing the potential, and then having the vision and having the patience and the diligence to follow through with that type of plan, execute, and bring it into like your dream vision that you had. I think that's so rewarding.
It is. It already feels that way. No matter how many challenges that we've come across, we definitely have learned a lot about ourselves along the way. We've learned a lot of lessons, and we're picking up new skill sets that we both have never had before. So that to me is a win already before we even have the house built.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of just blood, sweat, literally blood, like the tile.
When did you bleed?
The tile cut me the other day.
That's true.
Blood, sweat, and tears that are going into this house.
That's true.
And it's going to look fantastic when it's done.
Yeah, we can't wait to share that process with you.
Time to do it.
Right now.
Feels good because it feels like we're about to create something completely new.
Looks like we have carpet in the bathrooms. And this vintage toilet over here.
So the door's here, and then there's stand-in tub and shower, or just a stand-in shower.
Okay.
And since we knocked down the closet that was right here, we now have space for a tub.
I like the concept of the tub and the shower being completely together, but I just don't know if there's enough space for it. I sat down to record this, but I think my hot water is done boiling. I'll be right back. You know, this was the very first time that Zach and I had ever worked on a project like this before. And that meant that it came with a lot of challenges. We had to navigate through so many unknowns and figure things out along the way, especially being in a new area where we don't know anybody. We don't have contacts of reliable resources, people that we can trust to help us with this process. We had to work with a lot of different vendors, but all that really motivated us to build relationships and ask questions and make friends with our neighbors and really get to know them and who they trust. And it helped us to create such a great community around us. Some of the challenges that we faced was first in buying the house. We bought the house during a time when the market was highly competitive. Everyone, it felt like, was migrating and migrated to areas that felt more sustainable for the lifestyle that they wanted. And so where we moved to was a very popular market because the weather is pretty beautiful all year round. And for first-time home buyers like Zach and myself, it was a very competitive market to be in. And so we feel very blessed and very grateful that we were able to secure this home at the time that we did. The second challenge that we had, so good. The second challenge that we had was that the building material costs were the most that it's been in years. And that meant that we had to get very creative with how we were doing things. We were very careful about the types of products that we were using, we wanted to use the majority of the products to be eco-friendly. And what that meant is having to build relationships with local mom pop shops in the area where we were able to source products and goods for a much better price point. And being that we have no idea what we're doing, I was so grateful to have my dad come and help us. My dad has been in construction. He's been a craftsman for ever since I was born. He had always built things growing up, and I loved watching him. And I think that desire in me to want to learn more comes from seeing him and what he used to build out of his own two hands. And turn nothing into something. And so I was very grateful that my dad came. He stayed with us for a couple of weeks, and we got so much done within those 2 weeks. Having his help and his guidance gave us so much mental, physical, emotional relief. All we did was give him the vision that we wanted, and it was helpful to hear him say, you know, that's gonna work, but you might wanna think about this, or no, that's not gonna work because of this. And he would help us make mid-course corrections along the way. So I was so grateful to be able to spend this time with him and to also see him and my fiance bond more, as well as myself and my dad bond more too. And I think it increased the amount of love that we were pouring into this project.
Okay.
Yeah, she's 36.
Okay.
Yeah. No jet, but still adventure too. 100,000 times like we live.
Yeah. Yeah.
We small.
Yeah,
we
we're
just
like
a small thing.
like dust.
We small thing like in the space.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With porcelain tile, it's got a nice natural wood color.
When you finish fan the ceiling, and then you continue right on, and then that's how we need to be finished that first. And because this here you need more overhand and more overhand this side. This side here just a little bit overhand.
Yes.
Yeah.
Instead of like this.
No, the island you have to go like this because you need to. Over here, and we do it right up here. Right there, now.
Ultimately, I've learned so many lessons and skills along the way that I have never learned. And, you know, all of life is a spiritual practice. And oftentimes we think that we have to go somewhere far away in order to seek the meaning of life. But the best teachings are the ones that are unfolding right in front of us. And that couldn't be more true for this whole process of transforming this house. The journey of transforming a house is very similar to the journey of transforming ourselves. During the demolition phase, you are tearing everything apart. You're knocking down the walls, you're removing the old baseboards, you're scraping popcorn texture off of the ceilings, you are removing the carpets from the floors, and you are removing old outlet covers out. Anything that no longer serves the growth of the space is being removed. And that can be very challenging, especially when you have no guarantee of what the outcome is going to be. You might have this vision in your mind, but you're not guaranteed that that vision is actually going to come out to life. And you go into this spending your resources, your time, and your energy, tearing everything apart without having this guarantee. And I think this is very similar to the process of our own human transformation journey. When we commit to the transformation journey, we are also committing to this process of undoing, unraveling, becoming undone of everything that we've ever known, everything that we've been familiar with, all of our old habits, our thoughts that we wake up with that we're so familiar with, or our patterns that we have, our generational patterns that we carry. We are undoing and undoing and undoing. And it's a painful, painful process to go through. But ultimately, just like this home and the process of transforming a home, even if we have no guarantee of what that outcome is going to look like, we are in a space of unbecoming. And the most gratifying feeling, the most fulfilling feeling, is knowing that by you undoing everything that you're not, you're only going to be more of who you are. And it's a constant cycle of that. It's a constant cycle of life and death, life and death. We are human beings that might have one life, but we have so many rebirths, life and death within one life. And I think nature is no different. In order for a flower to become a flower, the seed is broken and cracked and it grows into flower. Or a caterpillar will digest itself. Its enzymes will pretty much melt its tissues, and it's just hanging upside down on this tree until it goes through this process of becoming a butterfly. So what makes us any different, right? I guess the only difference with us versus animals is that we have the capacity to realize our true nature as we go through this transformation process. If a caterpillar can be hanging upside down on a tree, melting to become this butterfly that eventually has these vibrant wings and it graces the world with its beauty, don't you think that miracle can happen for you too? So if you've been in the season, or if you have just overcame a season, or if you were in the season, if you are in the season right now where things just feel hard, things just feel tough, and you don't see a way out, and you don't know how you're gonna do it, and you feel so challenged by life itself, I wanna invite you to remember that the only thing that we can do is trust and surrender. And that was pretty much our entire process with this house, navigating something that we don't know. We trust and we surrender. And I have to tell you that what is on the other side of that and who you become as you walk through that journey is going to be something that you're going to be so proud of, you're going to be so amazed by. And so whatever it is that you're feeling right now, I hope you give yourself the luxury of experiencing that feeling, of embracing that feeling, no matter how much it hurts or how tough it feels. Embrace it, because it's not going to be there forever, and you're going to get to the other side of where it is that you want to be. I think that's it for me today. Hopefully next time it doesn't take me another 3 months to get a video out. So stick around.